There's a new product for Star Wars Unlimited TCG. It is this intro battle box. This one is the Hoth version that they just put out, and this is supposed to be an easy jumping in point for newer players or players who want some cool new cards. This has everything that you need to play for two players, and it's going to kind of teach you the rules, and it has a lot of like different play mats and everything to check it out. Now, Fantasy Flight sent this over to me to take a look at, to open up and talk about. So let's dive down to the table and see what's in this box. I don't know a ton about what is in this box, which is pretty exciting because I am looking forward to breaking it open and learning with you all. But what I do kind of have a understanding is that this is replacing kind of the two-player starter sets that we saw in the first 3 releases, and so like that first one was Vader and Luke, and so you could play against those. But this feels a little bit more involved. This feels like something that you would put in maybe a big box store like a Target or something along those lines, or something that can take up a decent bit of shelf at a local game store and kind of really it feels like a board game, right? Like this feels like I am buying a board game, and I think that's kind of what the idea is trying to bring more board gamers into the TCG world. I myself am a board gamer, and Star Wars Unlimited, well, I guess technically Disney Lorcana, I played for a couple of months before I started and dove into SWU, but something like this would probably catch my eye. It's a self-contained set that would get me, a board gamer, into Star Wars Unlimited. Also, I love the IP. So here we are. I have, well, there you go. Let's be honest, I'm not keeping the box anyways. So let's dive in and see what this thing is all about. I'll probably have to move that because that's a pretty big footprint. So right off the bat, I was kind of expecting a paper like mat to play on, but this is definitely more board gamey. This is a cardboard yeah, pretty much just like a game board, like you would see in like if you opened up Agricola or something like that. This is a board that feels very legit and very board gamey. It does have ground arena here, which is slightly larger than the space arena, which makes sense for a lot of sets that we have had, and I'm guessing with the pre-constructed decks that we're going to be breaking open, we'll see more ground units. This is Hoth for so I mean, like, that's a battle that was fought on the ground. You have Leia's side as well as Vader's side, and then it has designated spots for pretty much everything that you would want. So this is already much more than I was expecting. I was kind of expecting just a piece of paper. Scan now to watch the Learn to Play video. That's a cool little touch. And then we have the deck list here, as well as promotions for the new upcoming Secrets of Power Spotlight decks. So let's continue on. If you are more of a let's read the rules type person. Oh, there's a new Chewie. Sick. Actually, I don't think that's a new Chewbacca. I think that is a alternate art Chewbacca. So we'll take a look at that. But yeah, so there's the written rules here. So if you're buying this to dive in for the first time, you got your tokens, cardboard tokens, and then we have deck A and deck B. Now, you do not shuffle these decks, so that's kind of interesting. I assume that they are trying to set up some sort of tutorial or intro game where you're not looking to mulligan that first hand, because if you don't know how to play the game, you don't know how to mulligan. Let's go ahead and take a look at deck A and see what all is in here. I'm going to move this mainly because it's going to get really busy on screen if I do not. So that all folds up. Slide that over there. Deck A is a cunning. Do not shuffle. Your deck has been set up in a specific order to follow along with the tutorial game in the Learn to Play video. Oh, okay, that's cool. If the cards get out of order, you can put them back in order using numbers in the top right corner. That's pretty interesting. So it does sound like the Learn to Play kind of walks you through the game, which is a really good way to learn how to play a game. I know like there are a couple of apps out there like Dized will like walk you through a couple of turns, and just like it's been shown that like actually physically moving the pieces and doing everything is just a much easier way for like a human to comprehend something. We're gonna shuffle it though. Uh, we know what we're doing. We're gonna take a look at our new cards. So we have Leia Organa. This is a cunning heroism leader. It's an action. You can spend one resource to heal one damage from a friendly unit. And then as an epic action, if you control 5 or more resources, you can deploy this leader. The leader deploys as a 3/7, which is a pretty beefy leader for a 5 flip, and then on attack heal 1 damage from a friendly unit and 1 damage from another friendly unit. So already flipping on a 5 with the 3/7 is a very beefy stat line. So you're probably going to get some utilization out of this on attack ability, probably twice, right? Like if you're able to use it once and then a second time for your resource turn 6, you should be able to get a decent bit of healing. Yeah, nice. Okay, so there's Leia. That's her heroism. She is paired with a 20 health base Echo Caverns. I assume that this is just for the intro game to like make it run a little bit quicker. Typically you're playing with 30 health bases or a reduced health base that has some sort of action on it or some sort of ability on it, but having a 20 health base, now I want to see if anyone's going to show up and see if they can just like at a friendlies or something and run the 20 health base to see if that works. Alrighty. Well, let's just see what our starting hand would be. If this is going to follow along, we might as well see what the starting hand's going to be. So first we have a Rogue Squadron Speeder. Raid 1, it's a 4/3/5 with a vehicle trait. You got the Chewie, which is a 5 cost, 3/6. Now I did think that this was like an alternate art or a different version art of Chewie. It is not. The one that I am familiar with in Cunning and Heroism is, I think, the same stat line, but it drops on 6, and then whenever he's attacked, you get to ready him. So there's Chewie. You got a Rebellion Y-Wing. On attack, deal 1 damage to a base. It's pretty... I like that. It's a turn 2 drop. So it's an interesting aggro card. I'll cover for you. Deal 1 damage to an enemy unit and 1 damage to another enemy unit. I've found them. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Draw a unit revealed this way, then discard the other revealed cards. And... this next card, this last card, better be our turn 1 drop. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I draw too many? 2, 4, 5. Okay. So that's our next card. And then we got Echo Coordinator. So this is the last card in what would be our opening hand. A 2-drop 1/5. That's a beefy unit right there. So that is our opening hand. If I was looking at this, I'd probably... I don't even know. I don't know what the Vader deck looks like. I'd definitely play this on turn 1. I'd honestly probably... yeah, I don't think I'd ever play I Found Them. It doesn't have any strategic or tempo building. You're just playing a card to replace a card with a unit. I would probably go turn 1, 2, 3 and see and resource potentially I Found Them in a Chewie here. That would probably be what I would be looking at as our 2, 3rd, and 4th turn. But cool stuff. Now all of this is going to be shuffled, so we'll see. I love the art on this. This is the Trench Defender. Let's see if we can get a focus on that. That's a 3 cost, 3/4 Rebel traded, which is important for a lot of our synergies that we saw out of like set 1. Trench Defender, that art looks just super cool. And we're just gonna kind of go through and see Tanton, nice. What cards we have. As far as I understand, a lot of these, if not all of these, are special cards. So I wonder if all of these come in the same, or all of these cards come just in this pack. So that's kind of interesting. You gotta watch this. Return a non-leader unit that costs 6 or less to its owner's hand. Exhaust each other enemy unit in the same arena. Gross. Got the Tauntaun. Mount. It's a 2-drop, 2/2. When defeated, heal 2 damage from your base. That one seems really tough to use. Feels like if I'm dropping this on a 2, why not just take this out before you swing into the base? But if you're going up against aggro, that's nice. Take something out. Another Trench Defender. We got a new R2. Our R2 Rebel Traded Droid, 2-drop, 1/4. If you control a command unit, exhaust an enemy ground unit that costs 4 or less on an attack. So we start to see, I think we've actually started to see these in some of the reveals for this upcoming set, where you're starting to see cross collaboration between the aspects. So you'll have a cunning unit that references if you have a command unit. That's an interesting way to kind of get these two to kind of work together. I don't know if we've seen it, but I do think it would be kind of fun to at some point see like a command cunning card go dual aspect there. That could be kind of interesting. Got a Hoth Trooper. This is a 2 cost 2/3 with the Rebel Trooper trait. Relevant tags. There's an Echo Coordinator, Chewie. Go for the legs. Exhaust an enemy ground unit for a 1 cost. That does not have to be non-leader or anything like that. So you could use this 1 cost to just exhaust that Vader when he pops right out. That's kind of cool. Got a 2/2/2. The Evacuation Escort. Rebel Fighter traded, so maybe some synergy with Leia or Luke there. Oh, we got a new Han. Han's a 6 cost 4/6. He is a raid 2, meaning that he gets +2 whenever he's attacking, making him a 6/6. Then on attack, the defender gets -2 attack for this attack. That's cool. That's a sniper if I've ever seen one. Come in, ambush him in, maybe with like an ECL or something, and then have him take something out. We got a new 3PO. So, this is fun. The synergy between 3PO and R2. 3PO is the command unit that R2 needs, and then R2 is looking for a cunning unit, which R2 is. When played, if you control a cunning unit, draw a card. So if this is your turn to play, after you have played your turn 1, where are we at? Turn 1 R2. R2 readies. You play 3PO. You get to draw a card. R2 swings in. Then you fulfill the requirements of they haven't played a card, or if they haven't attacked, they haven't exhausted their turn 1 play, you can exhaust their turn 1 play. That's kind of cool. I like how they have synergies between all the R2s and 3POs. I think that's always really fun. Got the GR75 medium transport, which is a 5/4 on a 5-drop. I'll cover for you, deal 1 damage to an enemy unit and 1 damage to another enemy unit for 3 costs. Is a little bit expensive. Probably you're not going to see that too much inside the meta. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see myself running that. It seems expensive, especially when you have like a... Oh, shoot. What is it? I mean, like a grenade strike is 2 damage, 1 damage, right? And that's a 2-cost card. So this is... I guess that's aggression, so you're getting a little bit of out of aspect ping, which is kind of what aggression really likes to do. But, and again, these decks are, I think, meant to be played against each other, and so if you do see non-meta cards, I think that's kind of fine. They're going to be a lot simpler. You see a lot of blank text boxes. Again, this is just trying to teach people the mechanics of the game. Hoth Trooper, 2-drop on a 2/3. General Riken, we have a 4/2/6. Lower attack, but as an action, we can exhaust this attack with another heroism unit. It gets +2 for this attack. You can only attack with a ready-friendly unit. That's kind of interesting. So if you use this, they can attack for +2. Then he's just beefy out there. Okay. There he is an official, so we do have some official synergy. So maybe just having him out here, if he's not attacking into anything, your opponent is going to be forced to attack into him, and that's 6 health. Is pretty beefy. Evacuation Escort. We have Rogue Squadron Speeder. It's a 4/3/5. I think we actually already looked at this one. Raid 1. That is a ground vehicle. That got me on the set 1 speeder. Just assumed all vehicles were in the space, but this is a ground unit. Medium Transport. Y-Wing. Millennium Falcon, a 7-cost Falcon. Wow, nice. So a 7-cost Falcon Cunning Heroism, 5/6 stat line, very low for a 7 drop. When played, if your base has more damage on it than an enemy base, ready this unit. Alrighty, so that can be nice. If your base has more damage on it than an enemy base, ready this unit. Interesting idea for a Twin Suns card. Typically 7 is not a resource we are necessarily getting to. However, you play with like 40 health bases, you can get to that 7 drop, and then you're probably, unless you're losing, in which case, I don't know. But no, wait, no, if you are losing, yeah, so you just have to not be winning, and Millennium Falcon can come in. Or like in this game, it's a nice little surprise because now you have a 5/6, so maybe that 5 extra damage is worth it. We have Improvised Detonation, attack with a unit. It gets +2/+0 for this attack. Yeah, these are just off meta. They're just not meta cards because you have like Surprise Strike, which is a 2 cost +3/+0, right? Yeah. But again, teaching people game. We got Trench Defender, Ion Cannon. As a 4-drop 0/5, as an action, deal 3 damage to a space unit. That's kind of a fun card. So you can use this to sit in your ground unit and then start shooting it off. Ah, that's clever. We got a new Bright Hope, 6-drop 4/6 Sentinel. Another I Found Them. General Riken. Ooh, it's a Luke Skywalker. Alrighty. So Luke Skywalker, 7-drop, Command Heroism, 6/6, Restore 2. When played, you may deal 3 damage to a ground unit. That's pretty decent. I like the when played effect. Maybe a bit low, but you are running command, so like you do have access to ramp, and so you could out ramp your opponents. And I'm thinking more meta, not necessarily just in this matchup against Vader. But I do like the win played. I do like the Restore 2. The 6/6. Okay. I could see it get played. It's kind of similar to the Vigilance one that we have, which is a 7-drop 6/6. If you give a unit -3/-3, so it's when it enters play. So that's work. 3PO, go for the legs, exhaust an enemy ground unit. Rogue Ion. Recovery, heal 5 damage from a unit for a 3-drop. That could be interesting. And a Hoth. So you don't get a full playset of the cards in these decks. It is more a, I guess like there's only one Luke in there, so you know if you draw your bomb, you probably don't want to resource it. The last thing I wanted to check before we dive into Vader is we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I was just curious if we had a 50-card deck or if it was a little bit less, maybe like a draft side deck. But it is 50 cards. Let's break open Vader. Probably a little bit more excited about a new Vader than I am a new Leia. So I'm excited to see what we got here. My guess is Aggression, Vigilance, just to get the other 2. Do not shuffle again. Yeah, we got the Aggression, Vigilance. Vader coming in at a 1. It costs 1 to deal 1 damage to a base. Now this is very similar to the Vader from set 1, where it cost 1 to deal a damage to a unit in a base. However, you did have the requirement of needing to play a villainy unit that turn. Vader drops on 6 resources, comes out as a 3/8. I want Vader a little bit stronger than that. On attack, deal 2 damage to a base. Alrighty, that works. I'm okay with that. On attack, deal 2 damage to a base, and with the 3 attack stat line, 8 is a lot of health to go through. Throw a saber on him. Could be kind of fun. Alrighty, let's see what our opening hand would be. We got 2, 4, 6. See if I make the right call here. We got a Ground Assault AT-AT, probably resourcing this. This is a 6-cost 5/7. The first Legion Trooper, a 3/3/4. A Lambda Shuttle. This is a 4 cost 2/5 restore 1. Yeah, a lot of these feel a little bit lower than what I would want to put into a deck. We got a Snowtrooper Vanguard, a 2/3. Admiral Piet. Here we go. We see kind of a vigilance unit calling out an aggression unit. On attack, if you control a aggression unit, draw a card. My guess is that this next one is going to be either a 3 or a 5 cost aggression unit. No, it's not. Target the main generator, deal 2 damage to a base. Yeah, so this compared to... Oh, what's the one? There's a 1 cost aggression event that deals 2 damage to a unit or a base. That you can just see that this is balanced, not necessarily around premier play. Cool. I would definitely keep. I may go. I don't even know. I don't know if I target the main generator. Turn 1, I don't need to deal that much damage. This is a nice like surprise finisher. I'd probably resource here and the ground assault and play Snowtrooper Vanguard. Well, actually, I guess we get to draw 2 cards. This could be kind of fun to do. We got a Imperial Deck Officer. This is a 2 cost 1/4. As an action, heal 2 damage from a villainy unit, and then a We're in Trouble, deal 3 damage to a unit. I would probably drop here. I would resource and go First Legion. Nice. Okay, let's go through the cards. So we got a Snowtrooper. It's a 1/3, 1 cost card. It's Imperial and Trooper traded. Kind of want to run this with like a Tarkin, right? Like start beefing this up because it becomes a 2/4 and a 3/5 for a 3. That seems decent. Seems not too bad. Got a Hoth Lieutenant. When played, you may attack with another unit. It gets +2/+0 for the attack. And then this is a 3/4 on a 4-drop. So that seems pretty decent. We got the Desolation of Hoth. What a metal name for a card. Oh dude, and this the art on this is pretty legit. Luke not doing great. Defeat up to 2 enemy units that each cost 3 or less. It's a 6 cost card. Probably not playing that, but it's a rad card. Blizzard. And whenever I say I'm not playing this, I'm not playing this in like a premier format. I would probably play it in this style format. Blizzard Force AT-ST 5/4 Sentinel on a 5-drop. I want proof, not leads. It's a 2 cost card. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card from your hand. So you're net neutral on card draw. So if you have 5, you play this card, you know, go down to 4, draw up to 6, discard back down to 5. But it is fixing, which can be nice. We've seen First Legion, we've seen Imperial Deck. Blizzard 1. So this is 7 cost. This may be the bomb in this deck. Or actually, we may see Vader's deck skew a little bit heavier on the cost, because it does feel like he wants to push the game a little bit longer with him deploying on 6, Leia deploying on 5. So we may see an 8 cost bomb in this deck. But Blizzard 1 could be the similar to the Luke in the Leia deck. So 7 cost 5/7. When played, you may defeat a non-leader ground unit with 3 or less remaining HP. That's nice. Death Squadron Star Destroyer. So yeah, it feels like if we get to resource turn 7, Vader has the upper hand in this matchup. So Leia feels to be the more aggro player. Vader feels to be a little bit more of the control player, because we got a 7/5/6 Sentinel, really stopping any damage from coming in space. Scouting TIE Fighter, 2/2/2. Vanguard, you have failed me. Oh, and he's getting choked out in the back. That's cool. 4 cost, defeat a friendly unit. If you do, ready a friendly unit with 5 or less power. That's interesting. I'm curious how this could work with like a Grand Inquisitor build or something similar to that, or a unit that has like a lot of raid. So like the clan rivals, I think is a 3/6 raid 3. So that would work here. You could ready that and swing in for 6 more damage for a 4 cost. That seems pretty decent. It can be. You have to defeat a friendly unit, which is tough, but if you're running like a token deck, that could work. Surface Assault Bomber, 2 cost, 1/3 raid 1. Not bad. Another one. Hoth Lieutenant, 4 cost, 3/4. Oh, when played, you can attack with another unit. Heal 2 damage from a unit. Lambda Shuttle is a restore 1. General Veers. Here's another cross-reference aspect card. 5 cost, Aggression Villainy, 3/6. When played, if you control a blue unit, deal 2 damage to an enemy base and heal 2 damage from your base. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Snow Trooper, deal 3 damage to a unit. We're in trouble. Admiral Odzel. 3 cost, 3/1. That's an interesting stat line. When defeated, each opponent discards a card from their hand. Alrighty. So he's coming in, he's cleaning up some stuff, and then shipping people's cards off to their discard pile. I like it. Lambda Shuttle. E-Web Gunner. I like the art on this one. Raid 4. Oh, snap. That's cool. It's a 3 cost, 4/4 when attacking, but a 0/4 anytime else. That's cool. Seeing, oh, we got a Rampaging Wampa. Wow, another interesting stat line that is 6/3. Yeah, the Rampaging Wampa, they're interesting stat lines, especially if I am reading this correctly, where Vader kind of wants to push the longer game. Seems pretty easy to take out a lot of these like littler health units from like a Leia side. I mean, like you're trading units, and so potentially that's fine, but nice. Proof not leads, First Legion. There's the 8 cost bomb. This is the Avenger. So 8 cost, 8/6. When played, deal 1 damage to each other unit, including friendly units. Dang. Alrighty. Right there. Avengers coming in to bomb everything. Deal 2 damage to a base, Blizzard Force, E-Web, General Veers, Ground Assault, too strong for blasters, Admiral Piet. Very cool. I think this is a really cool product to get people into the game, and that is their goal with this. I think if you are a meta player, if you're somebody who plays a lot of Star Wars already, this is not a product that is geared towards you. However, if you're interested in the game, if you want to try the game out, this seems like a really great product to start out with. A lot of the cards are very straightforward, teaches you a lot of the mechanics. You see Sentinels, you see Epic Actions, you see Restore, you see a lot of these keywords, and then if you play this and you enjoy it, then you can start diving into some of the other sets, which does up that complexity, but also I think it's a more rewarding experience as the complexity increases. But intro to Hoth, or intro battle Hoth, I would assume that with this naming scheme, we're going to see more intro battles. So maybe we see an intro battle indoor, or an intro battle. Ooh, what would be a good one? What would be the best one? Trying to think, what would I like to see? Hoth is sick. Geonosis would be kind of cool. I don't know. There's a lot of cool options out there, but I appreciate you all watching. Hopefully, you got to see what was in the box, and if this is something that you pick up, let me know, because I'm curious. And the other way that I could see trying this is if you do play the game and you're looking to get others into the game. This could be a nice place to start, because the decks are fairly streamlined, so they're a little bit easier to teach the game. So if you are looking to pull maybe a partner or somebody into the game, this could be a nice product for that. But thanks all for hanging out. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you next time. Peace.